Hello, welcome, beautiful, vibrant souls. I was really drawn to do a collective message. Now, this is not going to resonate for everybody. I will try to pull in a few minutes, pull a few cards to kind of give an idea of if this might be, who this message is for. So you can kind of decide and discern if it applies to you. But I'm wanting to say there is a movement. There is a group of souls. There is a wave that is almost cresting a little earlier than it was supposed to. Things are getting accelerated and moved up, and this feels like this is very important, right? This is kind of giving off light worker, indigo, starseed kind of energy, right? So if you feel you're here with a purpose, if you feel that it's like things are taking some unexpected turns. It's very hard to put into words. I'm so sorry. Normally I'm loquacious to a fault. But if you feel almost like at a loss, but you're also right on time and exactly where you need to be, that weird paradoxical feeling, this is for you. You might feel like something might be getting cleared out of your life. You might feel like there is an empty space in your life, and it's because you're living in dual energies right now. There's this feeling of there being an empty space, but being very secure and almost full within yourself in a way that it may have been the reverse in your life prior. But there's also a sense here of some of you, it's kind of like you're holding the energy between an old timeline and a new timeline. But if this found you, and all of this is gonna, like, if it starts to resonate as we kind of dive in a little bit more, there is, like I said, a spiritual wave that you are a part of. Some of you may have been kind of just at the precipice, right? So maybe, it could have been a later wave, but you're moving up. Could have been an earlier wave, but you held back a little bit. There's something here with that. So it's like the spiritual wave of activity that you are you are meant to be riding in on is cresting earlier than it was supposed to. And it doesn't feel like by a whole lot, but for some of you, there was a change that I think was supposed to take place. I'm getting anywhere between May and October of this year. It's going to be taking place in February, and you need to know that. It's very specific. And, this is, normally I do timeless messages. I don't feel like this one is. So take it as it resonates. Some of you, you'll find this far after the fact. And like I said, some of you are kind of riding between two different timelines, two different, universes. So, again, take it as it resonates. I want to kind of get a couple of cards to figure out what are the circumstances that are going on in your 3D reality right now. The King of Pentacles, you could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be experiencing a shift in your career. I'm almost getting this energy that you have seemingly everything you want, but you might also feel a little empty. Or it's like you have, it's so odd to describe this feeling. It's like you manifested what you want, but your energy is already moving on to the next thing. You're being pulled to the next thing. So as you live the life that you are trying to manifest, it almost feels like you're slipping away, like you're living in a memory, if that makes any sense. I know this is very odd and ethereal, but this is what I'm getting. Ace of Cups at the bottom. Yeah, there's happiness and there's peace. There's nothing bad here, but it just doesn't quite feel like, it feels like, yeah, you're living in a memory, something like that. Page of Swords, okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The 10 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Wands. So this is all talking about what's going on in your life. For some of you, there's a relationship with a father figure. I'm getting that heavily. And you have, excuse me, I feel you have let go of defensiveness. Like, let go. You may have really, like, because I'm kind of getting with this, like, you've let go of the burden of having to defend yourself against this person, having to, always be ready for a fight with them, always be trying to get the upper hand. There's something here where you might just be very comfortable within yourself, so you're clearing space for, like, it kind of feels like, I'm not going to carry the burden of this anymore. So if we work it out, that's great. And if we don't, that's fine too. But I do feel like because the page is looking at the king, you're waiting for communication from this person. For some, this could be a boss. I'm not really picking up on that as much. It could be a Taurus. This could be a partner as well. What is this? Some of you are waiting for, it's like you've had a career milestone and you got to the top finally, and you can finally, with the 10 of Wands reverse, release like the heaviness, release the responsibility because you got to where you want to go. But you're almost waiting for your, like, that inspiration or that idea of what do I do next, right? You know, I did everything I can do on my own. I accomplished everything that, you know, I can possibly accomplish on my own. What else do I reach for? What else do I do? You're waiting. It's like you're waiting for your higher self to give you like the nod or give you some type of hint. The King of Swords. Ooh, this is clarifying the King of Pentacles. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Chariot, Cancer's energy, and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel if this is a family member, this is a father figure, there is a sense here where, you know, whenever I see the page of one suit and the king or queen of the same suit, that's a parent-child relationship to me. And sometimes when I see the page of one suit and the king or queen of a different suit, it's a parent-child relationship where you see yourselves as fundamentally different people. You know, you could be somebody who's very curious, open to new ideas. You're open to different perspectives. You march to the beat of your own drum. And this person could be very traditional, very, you know, very focused on the material world, very grounded, stubborn even, you know. It's just you guys are not the same type of person. Usually you don't have the same, you know, the same MO as you move through life. And for some of you, you're starting to see the ways that you're more alike than different. You're starting to see how you could have similarities. For some, what happened, this is super specific, but for some what happened is this person retired. And now that they're not so focused on work, you're kind of getting to see more of their authentic self, and you guys have more in common. They have a lot more wisdom to share than you might be aware of. And it was a matter of time, right? It had to take time. There was shadow work that had to be done before there could be a successful, I'm hearing, reconnection. For some, this King of Pentacles is somebody that you're connected to in a non-familial capacity. This person may have come across as the Page of Swords, somebody who's an immature communicator, somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about, somebody who is, you know, immature in their defensiveness. We have 3 sevens showing up, so 777 might be important. But this person's coming in to tell you, I don't know why I want to say to tell you a tale, I tell you a story, to tell you their story. They have a lot to say. A lot to say. And I feel that what is brought forth is kickstarting you out of this waiting energy. And it's about this situation, it's about this person, but it's about your future path. And that's why this feels so important. What is the Seven of Pentacles? The Six of Wands. This has a lot to do with your success. I almost said your destiny, even though it's not usually the Six of Wands. Your success, your recognition. That's why. The King and Queen of Wands. For some, you're mastering your own energy. And you've released, if this was like a parent, you've released the need for their approval or their validation. And that's exactly why the barriers toward a reconnection are being removed. But for some, this is somebody who they are going to reveal a lot about themselves. And it is about, you know, the reconnection with them, the reunion with them. But what it's about is the fact that you're not only a true pair, but you have things to do here. Things are moving quickly. Things are being expedited. You two are meant to be seen. You are meant to be victorious together. I was like, shit, this turned into a love reading. And for some, it's not love, right? For some, you know, this is a friend, this is a business partner. For some, this was a lover who is, you know, coming back to you saying, I don't care what we end up as, but I know we're supposed to be linked together. I know we're supposed to be doing something. We're supposed to be putting something out there. This is power couple energy. This person recognizes the power within you now and is willing to honor that. So this is either something that's happening in your life, and again, you feel that weird like space, or because again, I feel like whatever this is, you released it. You were willing to be like, you know what, like, you're fighting me on this too much. This is too much, you know, too much work, too much effort. And it's interesting, we have the 7 and then the 6, right? It's almost like once you drop the wand, that's where the blessings, the recognition, the honor, the validation all come in. So because you released this person or the results, that's why this is able to happen. But this has something to do with your spiritual path. That's why it's so important. That's why for some of you, you can't let this person go. You can't let this situation go. You're not supposed to right now. So I'm going to keep the King, Queen of Wands, and the 6 of Wands out. But I want to get more details because I'm nosy. It's this one. The wishing well, unexpected gifts. It was 11/11 as I said that. Make a wish. Unexpected gifts, kindness, and karmic jewels. Yep. I feel when this person comes in to speak with you, like I said, they have a lot to say. The process of separating out or of putting distance between you and them and the time that you have spent apart has yielded unexpected gifts, especially in clearing karmic cycles and having rewards that come from doing that work. There will be kindness, there will be tenderness spoken between the two of you, and it will be honest. You need to know that. We have a plane here, so for some, this person might be traveling, relocating, or inviting you to come with them. This person, if you guys are at a distance, might be willing to move to see you now. I'm hearing this person will move mountains. This person believes wholeheartedly that you are meant to be doing something together. This card is getting my attention, so I want to look at it. You are meant to be doing something together, and it's kind of like, I don't care how we know each other, I don't care how we're connected, but we need to be in each other's lives, we need to be working on XYZ. Bounteous, generously given, relationships coming together. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. Yeah. This person may not have been giving themselves generously before. This person might have had their energy being leached away by other things in their life, by karmic cycles that they had to wrap up. You were both, I feel, put through your paces and forced to deal with some heavy karmic cycles at an expedited rate. Because again, there's a wave, there's a spiritual wave that is of light workers and star seeds and, you know, empaths and highly sensitives who have, you know, energy healers who have work to do. It could have a lot to do with Pluto's movements through Aquarius. There is an expedited process, and you guys had to be pushed through this faster than what the soul plan initially intended in order to be ready to catch that wave, because you guys have shit to do here. What is this mission that you guys both have together? I'm being called to look at the bottom of the deck. Deep sea diving, way of the mystic, learning through experience and depths. Yeah, you both have a lot of like hidden depths. And I think you're about to find this out about each other. You're about to find out exactly how similar you are. You know, I don't usually use the term twin flame, but I am kind of picking up that energy here. We have on call healer, seer, priestess, soul purpose. You both have this energy, because again, king and queen, you know, the same suit, that's a true pair, but it's the wands, it's the spiritual energy. Yep. Into the unknown, underworld depth, there's that word again, courage and facing your fears. I feel it is time for you both to face a fear together. This person is ready. That's why they're going to come talk to you. What is this fear? The Tower, massive changes. Some of you, like I said, are moving. What are these massive changes? Queen of Pentacles. We saw that King of Pentacles earlier, so that's a nod to a true pair twice. 10 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. You know, we have generously given, and here we go with the 6 of Pentacles. This person is willing to, yeah, and the 5 of Wands, they may have been fighting you before. There may have been outside influences. There's a lot of chaos. This person's all done with that. If this is a family member, this person wants the opportunity. This could be a mother, potentially. This person wants the opportunity to show up for you and give you the family that you didn't get to have before, give you the home that you didn't get to have before, and this might be coming out of the blue. There is profound healing that is taking place here. Healing that will guide other people through their own pain, suffering, and darkness. But it can't happen unless you guys come together to heal. And again, whether, you know, the relationship is the same type of relationship as before, but better, or whether you guys choose to be in each other's lives in a different way. Some of you might start a business together. Whenever I see the King and Queen of both Wands and Pentacles, you know, together, whether it's King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, you know, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, or there's just this 2 sets of the true pairs. Those are entrepreneurs to me all day. You guys could be starting a business together. You guys could be buying a home together. For some, this person may have been somebody that you were in a romantic relationship with, and they don't necessarily want to be in a romantic relationship, but they do want to be like almost a platonic life partner with you. It's hard to explain. It's kind of like, and for some, it's like they can't even fully describe or define what they do want, but they know that you're an integral part of their happy ending, and they need you in their life. And a lot of you guys feel this, like your energy toward them has softened a lot over time. You may have been trying to get them to open up, to communicate, to validate what you are sensing and feeling, because there's so much spiritual energy between the two of you. And once you release it, you may have been angry. You may have been wanting to push them away and be like, fine, I don't need you, you know, whatever that might be. But your energy is softened. You are finally both into the, like, either in the same place or coming into the same place. So what this person wants to talk about, right, the big changes are coming in. This is, again, facing your fear. A lot of you have a fear of a happy ending because the rug has been pulled out from under you so many times. I'm hearing for some, you've always had to make the happy ending happen for others, and there's a fear of that never being returned, that never being reciprocated, never being honored, that energy never being matched. Because we have the King and Queen of Wands, and that's an energetic match here. And we saw the King of Pentacles earlier, but the Queen of Pentacles almost looks like she's searching, right? She's looking out over the other cards, looking like she's searching. So maybe in terms of energy, there has, you know, you've had some reciprocity in your previous relationships, but this is where you're looking for somebody to actually show up, to you know, put their money where their mouth is, for their actions to align with their words. This person, I think this person just woke up recently about this situation in particular. They understand that you're a spiritual match and some type of missing piece or other half. Again, whether it's your family member, you know, because not all soulmates or counterparts are romantic, right? Whether it's a family member or, you know, it's a friend, an ex, you know, like an ex-lover. This is somebody who can't even put it all into words. This is somebody who's not even trying to front ego here. What is this person going to suggest that you do? Like tangible kind of next steps. This person would like to heal with you. This person, I keep going back to this card and they keep saying no, but I keep being drawn to it. I'm going to put it off to the side. I don't know why. This person, there might be something they're really on the fence about, because that doesn't usually happen to me. Usually after like passing over it a couple times, I'll know. But And this might be you where it's like struggling to figure something out. Four of Pentacles, this person I feel would like to open up but address why they haven't opened up before. They're about to, like I said, open up and tell you everything. Nine of Pentacles, okay. The Page of Cups. The Five of Swords. What this person is about to do is this person's about to apologize and explain why they have been combative. For some, they have been hyper independent to the point of pushing you away. They've done a lot of, they are awakening, and they may have been doing a lot of healing. There's a sense where they are outgrowing their emotional limitations. This person, again, may have been very difficult with their communication sometimes, and they would like to apologize. Sincerely, they would like to get the healing started. Now they're saying I can look at the other card. I mean, this person, I feel like the reason why it was like, no, because they don't feel like they're there yet. But they're real close. And again, not even just somebody who matches you in energy, but who backs it up. I want to know, what is the spiritual purpose behind this? Like, what, again, the initial kind of feeling I was getting is that the wave is moving up. So I guess I kind of want to know, like, what's at the root of all of this, I guess. The Ten of Wands reversed. The Four of Pentacles. Wow. And the Eight of Pentacles. With the Eight of Swords at the bottom. You guys, the wave that you're a part of is one that is going to be serving as an example for others about several different things. But one of the biggest things I'm seeing is about the burden of not opening up. Also, the burden of holding on to past difficulties, past pain, past trauma, holding on to difficult spiritual cycles, even past their expiration date. This got the house here. Whenever I see this whenever I see this house in particular in this card, it makes me think of our emotional foundations in the subconscious, for a lot of reasons I'll explain another time. It's almost like the part of the wave that you guys are a part of, theme here is going to be about how the importance of dealing with emotional blockage and subconscious wounding. And it's kind of like the work to heal those things is worth its weight in gold. It's worth the effort, right? So some of you might have experienced this person may experience it, both of you together. There may have been some significant like attachment wounds in the way, but there's like a sense where you both may have had painful, especially childhood experiences that built up a foundation, an emotional foundation of pain. And you may have found other ways to run from that before, and it ended up doing you more harm than good. Some of you may have gone through, you may have healed from addiction. You may have healed from, vices. You may have had to walk away from toxic people. You may have really struggled with opening up emotionally. And there's a sense here where part of the spiritual wave that you are going to be a part of here, part of what that's here to do is really show people, both big ways and small, show people the value of being able to open up and face your emotions, to do the emotional work. A lot of you who are in this wave, you have had a lot of generational karma that you have been working through diligently, is something I'm hearing. And this wave is cresting a little bit earlier than expected. Not by a whole lot, but earlier than expected. Saturn's movements through Pisces might be affecting you as well. But earlier than expected, because more than ever, people need to clear and release karmic blockages. We are really entering the Aquarian age hardcore. And a lot of people feel that Pluto transiting through Aquarius is going to be a big boon to that process. And I could definitely see that. But as such, because Piscean energy is sometimes, dogmatic and, punitive, there's a sense here where a lot of us are being pushed to release the kind of old cycles of yes, karma, but seemingly like karma and punishment and shame and guilt, especially around our emotions, our empathy, our intuition, our spirituality. And for some, there's also an undertone here of a theme being about not prioritizing financial stability at our own expense, right? There can be a theme here of overworking in order to achieve stability to the point of burning ourselves out emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. And those could be themes that have gone on here. So if there's like, especially with all the pentacles, there's like a theme of like overworking or being a workaholic. There's something, there's also something here about the traditional path versus your spiritual selves, your spiritual calling. And I do see that. There could be an energy of an external persona and, who you are behind closed doors. And again, that's also very much Pluto going through Aquarius. So you guys, this wave is moving up for you because it needs to be, you guys need to be moving, starting toward your destination. You got somewhere to be. So I want to pull you guys one more card. This might serve, this is the pocket animal spirit. And this might be like a synchronicity. This might start to become a synchronicity, but I wanted to kind of pull and see what we got here. Also, I'm kind of being more drawn to do collective messages like this when I do feel called. So if you guys like this, let me know. You have the buffalo and it came out reversed. This deck doesn't technically really do reversals, but each of the cards have for each of the properties, like when in balance, when out of balance. So when it comes out reversed, that's out of balance for me. So let's see, we have, I'm going to find it because I am still learning this deck. Come here, little buffalo. Grounded yet heavenly. There's that Pentacles and Wands energy. Practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time. And may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting pure presence. When out of balance, restless, lacks gratitude. And to bring into balance, prayer. So for some here, there is a balance of spirit and matter that has been being poised to take place. And 2024 numerologically reduces down to an 8, which, yes, is about manifestation and abundance, but it's also about connection to source. And so for me, because it can speak to the material and the spiritual, it is the balance of spirit and matter. For some, one of you was much more like earthly based or much more material world focused, and the other was much more spiritually focused. So one of you may have had a hard time being grounded. You may have had a lot of wounds in your lower 3 chakras. The other may have had a hard time connecting to spirit, feeling like there's purpose in all of this, like there's something else to strive for. There may have been a lot of wounding to the upper 3 chakras. You guys are coming together now because I feel like you've done enough healing that you can successfully navigate your mission together. And for some, one or both of you might have physical or mental health conditions, and there's something here about sharing your story. We are entering, the age of the the rise of the energy healer, of the mystic. For some, any health problems, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, that you have faced, you or this person have been pushed through that process to pursue alternative healing, to really integrate the awareness and the knowledge that energy healing is a part of physical health, right? That our energetic bodies and our physical bodies are intimately intertwined and have a reciprocal impact on one another. And that is a theme that this connection might be exploring heavily. So these are kind of the things that the overarching themes, and you are meant to tell a story with this person. You are meant to share a story with this person. You are meant to be a part of each other's destinies. I'm getting this really strongly. You are meant to walk next to each other for the rest of this life until spirit parts you, like in the physical. You're meant to walk next to each other in whatever capacity. So again, business partners, romance. You could be having a family together. You could be family already. You could have children. Sorry, my voice is all of a sudden going. So there's a lot that needs to come out. So your guides want you to know this. And again, I was picking up somewhere between May and October. This is getting bumped up to February because it's time to get going, okay? I lied. I'm pulling you one more animal spirit and then we're done. Okay, spirit. So again, to bring back into balance, prayer is necessary, especially if you're feeling restless, fidgety, you're struggling to be present and like happy and grounded in the present moment. That's a lot. But we have the dragonfly, the lamb, and the firefly. Excuse me. Now is the time for gentleness. Tiger is at the bottom, but it's upside down, right? Now is a time where truth is being brought to you. You're about to transcend the illusion, and it's going to come from a very gentle, loving space. And you're encouraged to greet this truth with love and compassion as much as you can. And I feel it won't be hard for you. And I have a firefly tattoo on my leg, so I have a specific meaning for fireflies. It's a little firefly tattoo with a moon, and it says magic is real. Because it is. And part of why I got that as a tattoo, it was special, and signifying somebody who's very special to me. But it also had a really special meaning when I moved in where I am right now, about 4 or 5 years ago. I, live out kind of near the woods, and it was summertime. I've been living here for about 5-6 months, and it was summertime. And I went out to go see the full moon, and it was a beautiful full moon. And I just felt so connected to spirit, and for a minute, everything just seemed possible and incredible, and I just felt good about where I was in my life. Even though things were not where I ultimately wanted them to be, they were better than they were, and that felt like something. And it gave me the hope and the optimism that things were going to keep going in that good direction. I was like, all right, we're doing it. We're doing this stuff. We're healing. We're making hard choices that are good for us. We got this. And I turned around, and the entire field behind me was lit up by fireflies in a way I've never seen before. And it took my breath away. It was magic. It was pure magic. And, a couple years went by, and I met this person who was very important to me, and the fireflies associated with them. And so it started to have special meaning. And then, I had a little bit of this person and I had a falling out for a little bit. And in that time where we weren't really talking much, I was struggling to understand why everything happened the way it did. Because I knew I couldn't hold on to them or to what had already gone past. I knew that wasn't going to do any good. But they were so special to me. And who doesn't want to hold on to something special? But it was right around that time that I was in my kitchen, and I looked over, and a little firefly had gotten between the storm window and the glass inside, and it could get itself out, obviously, because it flew in. But it was just in my window, and I was like, that's beautiful. And it was just flashing its little butt light. I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. And And I stood there and I wanted to watch it until it flew away, right? I wanted to really just like soak up every moment with it. And after a while, it was still there. And I kind of went back around, sort of bustling around my kitchen, doing my thing. And it made me realize that part of what makes it special, fireflies are special because you don't know when it's going to happen. They just show up and they light up your life for however long they do. And all they're meant to be is, all they're supposed to be guaranteed to be is something that you can appreciate. When we're always trying to hold on to things, we start to feel these lower vibrational experiences surrounding that thing. I was watching the firefly in my window. After a while, I almost found myself wishing that it would fly away because I felt guilty turning away from it. But I had other things I wanted to go do. And it just made me realize that there are certain things in life that are meant to be a beautiful experience for however long you have them. And it doesn't change how beautiful they are. Like every time it flies back, every time I see them, it's always going to be good. Every time I see those fireflies, it's always going to make me happy. Always. And I'd love if they stayed forever. But sometimes impermanence is part of what makes something special. And there are things in this life that we're not meant to know. And that's where the magic is. Not knowing sometimes is where the magic is. That's the surprise. And letting the universe surprise us is a gift, as well as a skill set. So I feel like what the final message is here is that you are going to get some truth that I feel like will soften your heart, that I feel like will be very healing. This news will be very gentle, and it will help you see beyond the illusion of whatever the perception is about the situation. Right? We saw the Seven of Wands in the beginning, the defensiveness. And not saying you don't have good reason. There's timing here, and it can't be contained. It can't be regulated. It can't be expected. The universe is about to come through and surprise you. And it comes from you and this other person authentically shining your light. So try not to hold on to expectations, but you're about to be incredibly pleasantly surprised. A new journey is kicking off, and it's kicking off now. I think that's everything I have for you. Good luck. We're happy you're here.